And welcome back to Nobby's Ballpark as we get set to begin Game 2 of the doubleheader today between the Spartans and the Presidents. Case Western Reserve winning Game 1 by a final score of 9-1. And now in Game 2, the Spartans looking to complete the sweep of the doubleheader. And we'll send Sankalp Doshi, the senior, to the mound to try to accomplish the feat. We'll tell you more about Sankalp here in just a second. But first, let's go ahead and get the starting lines, beginning with the batting order for Washington and Jefferson. Leading off for the Presidents will be Tyler Horvat. He'll be pitching today as well. Jacob Leduca batting second and playing short. Evan Santee playing right and hitting third. And then Scout Zoss, the left fielder, hits fourth. Joe Lehner playing first for the second straight game, batting fifth. Logan Scheider playing third base and hitting sixth. Dan Beistel, the catcher, will bat seventh. John Klein playing center field and batting eighth. And then Connor Helm, the second baseman, bats ninth. For Case Western Reserve, defensively today at first base is Nick Tallarico, second baseman Josiah Harris, third baseman is Tim Demetrius, and the shortstop is Trey Haley. In the outfield, Jay Smith gets a start in left, Matt Trout in center, Nick Harms in right. Catching is Jack Anderson. And on the mound for the Spartans will be Sankalp Doshi. Making his second start of the year, he went 3 innings in his first appearance against Chicago, gave up 2 runs on 5 hits for a 6.0 ERA and a .417 opponent's batting average. He struck out 4, walked 2, and the senior takes the hill here as he starts things off against Tyler Horvat, the opposing pitcher, who fouls off the first pitch 0-1. Now the 0-1. Outside. And the count goes to 1-1. Doshi out of Charlotte, North Carolina, Ardrey Kell High School, 5'10", 187 pounds. Hard thrower. Delivers that up high for a ball, 2-1. Doshi got off to a very good start to his collegiate career back in 2020, as that's up high, ball 4. I must have missed a pitch there somewhere, but ball 4 as Horvat draws the leadoff walk. And they'll bring up Jacob Leduca with nobody out and runner on at first. Pickoff attempt down at first, but diving back in is Horvat. Nothing else if you're Doshi here. You want to make your counterpart, who leads off with a walk, work a little bit on the base paths. Now that pitch delivered for a strike to Leduca, 0-1. Leduca hitting at .320 on the year. It's down and out for a ball. 1-1 the count. And that one sent foul with Horvat running on the pitch. 1-2 now the count on Leduca. Hitting at .320 on the year, the shortstop. Coming off an 0-for-4 performance in Game 1. In fact, the top 4 batters in the lineup for Washington and Jefferson in Game 1 were a combined 1-for-16. And so already Horvat looking to turn that around here, reaches on the walk to start the game. Now Leduca, behind in the count 1-2, fouls that one away, and the count stays at 1-2. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Doshi from the stretch. Instead throws down to first. He's a nice quick move over there. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball down and out, 2-2. Two. Swing and a miss at the fastball, strike 3. So Doshi gets his first out of the game. It comes on a strikeout of LaDuca. There's one gone for Evan Santee. Santee hitting a .227 on the year. 1 for 4 in the first game. The Spartans now 4-3 on the season. Washington, Jefferson 4-2. Slider catches the outside corner for a strike to Santee, and it's 0-1. If you remember last season, that one's fouled back. 0-2 now the count on Santee. The Spartans won their first 3 games of the year. They took 2 from Washington, Jefferson, beat Mount Union, but then went on to lose 6 straight and 8 of their next 9 and kind of fell into a bit of a hole. As that pitch well outside is the runner going. He'll turn the corner at second and head into third. And so Horvat, running on the pitch, gets a stolen base. And then moves up to third on, I guess, what you could consider a wild pitch. That ball's popped up behind home plate. Anderson trying to get a beat on it, and he does. And so Jack Anderson is able to catch that one, and that's a big second out as Santee is retired. Now 2 outs, runner at third. And the batter will be Scout Zoss, who will hit here with a runner at third, but with 2 away as this pitch is fouled off. So a chance here for Zoss, who's hitting at .261 on the year to try to give W&J the early lead. He's driven in 5 this year. 6 hits and 23 at-bats for Zoss, 2 doubles. Swing and a miss. And all of a sudden now Doshi can work around the leadoff walk and strand a runner at third with 1 more strike. Zoss was 0 for 4 with a strikeout in the first game of the doubleheader. Here's the 0-2. That's well outside. Good job by Anderson to stretch for that one. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on, fouled off again. So Zoss staying alive. Another 0-2. Lifted in the air, shallow left. Smith is there, lines it up, settles underneath it, makes the catch, and the inning is over. So Tyler Horvat reaches on a leadoff walk, moves up to second on a stolen base, third on a wild pitch, but is left stranded there. And Doshi works around trouble in the first inning, and we'll keep it scoreless as we head into the bottom of the frame. Let's go ahead and get you the batting order for the Spartans. Leading things off is Jack Anderson. He'll be followed by Zach Carinzi. Then Nick Harms, the right fielder, hitting third. And Matt Trout, the center fielder, in the cleanup spot. Jay Smith batting fifth and playing left field. Nick Tallarico hitting sixth and playing first base. Trey Haley is the shortstop. He'll hit seventh. Josiah Harris playing second base and batting eighth. And Tim Demetris, the third baseman, will hit ninth. Defensively for Washington and Jefferson, At first base is Joe Lehner. Second baseman is Connor Helm. The shortstop is Jacob LaDuca, and the third baseman is Logan Scheider. In the outfield, Scott Zoss is playing left. Center fielder is John Klein, and the right fielder is Evan Sandy. Doing the catching is Dan Beistel, and on the mound is Tyler Horvat. And again, Horvat, one of the more talented two-way players in Division III, will be making his third start on the mound this year. He's 1-1 with a 4.0 ERA. Through 9 innings, he's given up 9 hits, has struck out 8, walked 2, has allowed 5 runs, 4 of those earned, and opponents hitting .257 against Horvat this year. So Horvat will finish his warm-ups.
Leading things off for the Spartans, catcher number 5, Jack Anderson.
And Jack Anderson set to lead things off. Well, Anderson looking to keep it going at the plate. He has been red hot lately. Now batting at .444 through 7 games this season. Can hold up there, swings and misses, and it's an 0-1 count on Anderson. Jack went 3 for 4 in the early game today. Takes that down low. Jack has really added some power to his game this season. At least he's displayed it early on here. That misses. Nope, catches the outside corner for a strike. It's 1-2. So Horvat really working on that outside corner so far. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Up high, 2-2. Well, if you're the Spartans here, you certainly want to see if you could get Horvat to work hard early in this game. As Anderson fouls that one away, 2-2. He's a really good pitcher, but, you know, he's played 2 ways. Second game of doubleheader, played 9 innings in center field in Game 1. He's hitting in Game 2 as well. So, again, if you can make him work a little bit harder here early on, that may play to your benefit. Swing and a miss at a good curve, strike 3, and Horvat retires Anderson on strikes for the first out of the game. So 1 down, and Zach Currency will be the batter. Currency, the DH once again in the game today. 6 for 29 on the season. His average at .207. He has driven in 6, including a sacrifice fly in the first game of the doubleheader. Takes that pitch down low for a ball. You can see Zach not quite at his usual form right now. Typically, he's the kind of guy who can easily hit over 300, so just waiting for him to round into form a bit. Wonder if maybe not playing in the field has maybe taken him out of his rhythm a little bit. That ball, line drive into the gap in right center field, and that's down for a base hit. Currency rounding the corner at first. He'll chug into second with a double. And the Spartans have a runner in scoring position with 1 away. So much for Zach being out of his rhythm. He finds his way back into it with his first extra base hit of the season. And now Nick Harms has a chance to potentially give the Spartans an early lead here, as Harms will step up to the plate with a runner in scoring position. Nick, a .333 hitter on the season. He was 0 for 2 in the first game, drew 2 walks, scored a run. Has 1 home run on the season, 5 doubles. He's driven in 3 this year. And a first pitch fastball for a called strike, 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And a called strike on the outside corner, 0-2. So Horvat's going to have some pitches to play with here against a good hitter in Harms. Ahead in the count, 0-2. Here's the 0-2 offering. Fastball down low, 1-2. Carinci takes his lead from second. Pitch from Horvat, and it's hit sky high into shallow right. See who settles under it. It's the second baseman who finally does, and making the catch is Helm for the out. Boy, a towering pop-up there for Harms. But nothing to show for it, as Carinци's still at second base, 2 away now, and Matt Trout will be the batter. I think so far I've done a good job today with Trout, avoiding calling him Mike Trout by accident, so give myself some kudos for that. I'm sure there will be a point this season where I will slip up on that one. Stay tuned. Matt Trout, not Mike at the plate here, takes that one down and out for a ball. He's hitting at .233 on the season. Two and 0 now the count. Called strike. And it's 2-1 on Trout. Ground ball, cued down the first baseline, foul. And the count goes to 2-0. Two and two the count on Trout. Runner in scoring position. And a called strike, 3 on the inside corner. Caught Trout looking, and that will end the inning. No runs on a hit, no errors, and a man left on. We will move to the second. The Spartans and the Presidents scoreless through the first frame. Lehner, Scheider, and Beistel due up when we return. It'll be the 5, 6, and 7 hitters for Washington and Jefferson this inning. Joe Lehner leading things off and takes a called strike, 0-1. Facing Sankalp Toshi, who begins his second inning of work after working around the leadoff walk in the first. Fastball misses a little up high, 1-1. I was saying earlier, Sankalp got off to a really good start to his career. Started early on for the Spartans as a first-year player. That's a called strike, 1-2. But struggled with injuries for portions of the last 2 years. Getting another chance here to start some games as that misses up high, 2-2. It'll be interesting to see how he pieces into the rotation going forward, especially when Evan Faxon, if Evan Faxon comes back. As on the inside corner, taken for a called strike 3. Second strikeout of the game for Doshi. As Lehner goes down looking, and that will bring up Logan Scheider.
Number 3, Logan
Scheider,
Scheider.
a 400 hitter on the young season. He's 4 for 10 with 3 runs batted in. Squares to bunt, pulls it back, and takes one outside, 1-0. Scheider 1 for 2 with a walk in the first game of the doubleheader. Fastball misses up and in, and it's 2-0. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Called strike, 2-1. Two-one pitch. Fouled away, 2-2. Doshi up to 28 pitches with one out here in the second. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Fastball was too much there for Scheider, who can't catch up with the high heat. Third strikeout of the game for Doshi. He's retired the first 2 batters here in the second. He sat down 5 straight now.
The catcher, number 12, Dan Bystill.
And Dan Bystill will be the batter. With the bases empty and 2 away. Bystill looking for his first hit of the season. We didn't see him in game 1 of the doubleheader. And he's hit by the first pitch here. And he'll be on base with 2 away.
Batting 8, the center fielder, number 9, John Klein.
So now John Klein to the plate. Klein came in as a defensive replacement in game 1. Didn't get an at-bat. Lefty will hit here. Breaking ball for a strike, 0-1. Klein hitting in .500 on the season in limited plate appearances, as everyone has had limited plate appearances this time of the year. Takes it down low, 1-1. Klein is sophomore out of Vienna, Virginia. Down and in, ball 2, 2-1. Throw down to first, not in time. Klein is sophomore. Waits the pitch. Down and out. 3-1. Klein 2 for 4 on the year. He scored 2 runs, has 1 run batted in. 2 walks as well. He struck out twice. Played in 7 games now for the Presidents. That one misses up high, just above the letters for ball 4. Second walk of the day issued by Doshi, and now the 9-hitter Connor Helm will be the batter. Helm hitting at .308 on the year. He's 4 for 13 on the season. All 4 of his hits have been singles. 1 run scored. Helm 1 for 3 in the opening game of the doubleheader. And he takes that one up and out for a ball. And that will bring head coach Matt Englander out to have a talk with his senior pitcher. No action in the bullpen yet for the Spartans. We'll see how long Englander sticks with Doshi if he's struggling with his control today. I'm not sure if Evan Faxon is available out of the bullpen. I thought there was a chance we could see Evan starting today. But Englander might be looking to ease him back into things over the next couple of games before potentially having him pitch against Cortland next weekend or next week. That will be the Spartans' next series. They'll head down to Lexington, South Carolina for 4 against the Red Dragons. Another early season test for Case Western Reserve. The 1-0 on the way. And that's down and in for a ball, 2-0. It's always fun, and you get it now with the UAA as well, too. But when you really get to just match your pitchers up against another team, you know, you're going 4 deep, and you really get to see from top to bottom of the rotation who the better team out of the two can be. Another one misses inside there, and it's 3-0. 3-0 from Doshi, who is struggling with his control a bit. And he misses up high again. Doshi yet to give up a hit in this game. But he issued a walk in the first inning. Then after striking out the first 2 batters here in the second, he hit the 7-hitter, walked the 8-hitter and the 9-hitter. And now the bases are loaded for Tyler Horvat, the pitcher who can help his own cause. Takes a ball inside there. Horvat walked to open the game, but was left stranded at third base. And that one misses way outside. And Doshi just can't find his control right now. And Coach Englander looking over his bullpen and tell him to get it going. That'll be Jackson Brewer, number 33, who's up in the bullpen for the Spartans. Trying to get ready in a hurry here. There's a strike on the inside corner, 2-1. When Doshi is working in the strike zone, he is hard to hit. He throws hard. It's a tough pitch to catch up with. But control has been an issue for him at times throughout his career. Another high fastball there. Swung at and missed at by Horvat. And now the count evens 2-2. And Doshi a strike away from working out of a jam here in the second. 2-2 count, 2 away. Horvat the batter. Doshi on the mound delivers. And that's down and in for a ball. Full count 3-2. And so the merry-go-round will be in motion here with the bases loaded and a 3-2 count with 2 away. By still for third, Klein at second, Helm at first. All will get an early start on the 3-2 pitch. Runners go, the pitch on the way, swung on line towards the gap, and it's down for a base hit. At least 2 will score as it's cut off in left field by Smith. But a 2 RBI single for Horvat. The pitcher helps his own cause. Just poked one through the infield. Helm ends up at third. Klein and Beistel both score, and it's 2-0 W&J. First hit of the game for the Presidents. And it comes off the bat of Horvat. And now the goal is to limit damage here, but it may be up to a pitcher other than Doshi as Coach Englander coming out for his second visit of the inning, and they will change pitchers here. So the Spartans going to the bullpen early. Doshi is done. New pitcher coming in for Case Western Reserve when we come back. New pitcher on the mound for Case Western Reserve will be Jackson Brewer, the sophomore out of Greenville, South Carolina. Sure we'll see his family down in Lexington next weekend when the Spartans head down there. We'll see if Jackson can put together a nice relief outing here. He enters the game with runners at first and third, and the two-hitter Jacob LaDuca up at the plate. And the first pitch misses outside for a ball. 1-0, 2-0. W&J leading here. Jackson, who saw time as both a hitter and a pitcher last year, only pitching this season, and Coach Englander said he's really happy with how Jackson looked in the preseason, having committed more to pitching rather than hitting, as that one misses outside 2-0. Second appearance of the season for Brewer, who allowed an unearned run on a hit and a walk through 2/3 of an inning against Chicago in his debut. Fastball there, down and in, 3-0, and he is having some trouble finding the strike zone here. And a called strike on the inside corner. LaDuca is walking down to first, but he'll have to head back to the batter's box. And normally when that happens, you have to be prepared to swing at this pitch if it's anywhere close if you're LaDuca. And he does just that, fouls it off, and it's 3-2 full count. So a chance for Brewer after falling behind 3-0 to work his way out of the jam. The called strike and the foul, and now with runners on the corners, 2 away, the runner from first. Horvat will get the early start. Helm at third will have to hold up with second base open. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Up and in, ball 4. And so that will load the bases now for the 3-hitter, Evan Santee. There is action in the Spartans' bullpen. And I believe that's Archer Stankowski, who I think is beginning to warm in the bullpen, if Brewer can't extract himself from this situation. And another one up and in, and Brewer just cannot find the strike zone right now. It's been an issue for Spartan pitching here so far today. And the fastball a little bit up high. 2-0 the count. And Brewer might be on his last batter here if he can't find a way to get an out. 2-0 on the way. On the inside corner, 2-1. Presidents have scored 2 here so far on a 2 RBI single by Tyler Horvat in the second. They lead 2-0. That ball rocketed, fouling out of play. And the count goes to 2-2. Brewer had Santee well out in front of that changeup. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And that's lined towards left field, giving chase to Smith, but it will land in front of him. And Smith slips in the outfield. 2 runs score easily. Here comes the third. The throw cut off by Demetris, and it's a bases clearing trip or double by Santee, and the Presidents now lead 5-0. And that will be it for Brewer, I believe, as the Spartans will make another call of the bullpen. 5 runs in for the Presidents here in the second. They lead 5-0. Scout Zoss batting, new pitcher for the Spartans when we return. Archer Stankowski checks into the game for the Spartans. The third pitcher through an inning and 2/3 for Case Western Reserve, and Stankowski gets a swing and a miss, but the ball gets away from the catcher, Jack Anderson. And Santee will move up 90 feet. It's 5-0 now. And the Spartans need to try to figure out a way to limit the damage here and then get going with the bats. Zoss at the plate. Takes a breaking ball down low, and it's 1-1. Now the 1-1. Fastball outside. And it's 2-1. Zoss flew out to left field to end the first inning in his earlier at bat. He's the 9th batter to hit here for W&J. 5 runs across the plate in the second. Fastball fouled back, and it's 2-2. Stankowski making his Nobby's ballpark debut. Is that one in the dirt, smothered nicely by Anderson. 6'3", 210-pound first year out of New Albany, Ohio, St. Charles Prep. His brother, Keaton, was a pitcher for Case Western Reserve, making his second appearance of the year. As that one misses down low, ball 4. So Zoss draws the walk, and it's 1st and 3rd now with 2 away. Stankowski pitched in the 5-3 Spartans extra inning win last week against Chicago. Allowed 1 unearned run in 4 1/3 innings. Allowed 2 hits, 2 strikeouts, no walks in that game. Misses down low here, though, and it's a 1-0 count. Breaking ball for a strike. And it's 1-1. Lehner, the batter, led the inning off with a strikeout looking. Sankop Doshi started the inning, as that one's fouled back, 1-2. He got the first 2 batters to strike out, but since then, W&J has reached, in their last 7 plate appearances, a hit batter, a walk, a single, a walk, a double, a walk. Too many free passes in the inning for Spartan pitching. And now runners on the corners with 2 away. It's a 1-2 count on Lehner at the plate. The 1-2 pitch. And it's lifted foul, and the count stays at 1-2. Down low, 2-2. Another one fouled away. 2-2 still. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And the inning is over, but 10 batters come to the plate for the Presidents. They score 5 runs on 2 hits. They leave 2 men stranded. And it's 5-0 W&J as we move into the bottom of the second inning. Smith, Tallarico, and Haley due up as Case Western Reserve looks to work its way back in the game when we return. Plenty of time for the Spartans to get back in this one, but they're going to have to start going to work at the plate as Jay Smith leading things off here. Fouls back the first pitch, 0-1. Smith hitting a .280 on the season, the left fielder. Takes that one low. And it's 1-1. Good breaking pitch. Maybe just curved around the plate, and it's 2-1. Called strike, 2-2. Smith awaits the pitch from Horvat. Chopper, second base side. Flip on to first, and just ahead of Smith with Horvat covering for the first out of the inning. So one gone, and Nick Tallarico will be the batter.
Nick Tallarico.
Tallarico hitting at 160. Slow start to his year. He swings and misses through that one. 0-1 the count. Line drive, but foul. And it's 0-2 on Tallarico. So 0-2.
Joey Gallo was at bat for the Twins, and I forget who they were playing. They did an outfield shift.
The pitch.
Which is like, you could do it, but it's
Down low for a ball, 1-2.
all of left field's open.
Right, because imagine like if they had that band when like Big Poppy was at bat.
Yeah.
Because everybody's on one side. Like
Yeah.
you never hit off.
Tallarico waits the 1-2 from Horvat.
I like that you can.
Hit it softly into shallow center, dropping quickly, and it falls in for a base hit.
I'm super excited.
So Tallarico got that one off the end of the bat, but was able to find some space in the outfield, and the Spartans have their second hit of the game. Now bring up Trey Haley, who continues to be red hot at the plate. Haley now hitting at .375 on the year.
Trey Haley.
He was 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs in the opening game, added a walk as well. Again, if you're Case Western Reserve, you've got one out here. You have a runner on at first. You're down 5-0, but you have an opportunity to still chip away at this lead as that pitch misses down low for a ball. 1-0. You scored 9 runs in the first game. Granted, you're facing a tough pitcher here in Horvat, but you certainly have some time to work counts, to get a run here, a run there, and try to get back in the game, and that'll help a little bit too. A line drive into left field. It's a base hit for Haley. And so now it's first and second and one away. The big thing now that if you're the Spartans, you have to look at this and say, okay, you have to take advantage of these situations. You have to try to get something from the bottom of your lineup here. As Josiah Harris, who is now hitting at .308 on the season, will step up to the plate. Harris 4 for 13 to begin his career. The first-year second baseman went 1 for 4 in the opening game of the doubleheader. His one hit was a bunt single. And takes a big swing and a miss at the outside pitch there. It's an 0-1 count. And if you're Horvat and you just saw him take that big swing in an outside pitch, you're probably trying to work that outside corner against him for the rest of this at-bat. So something for Harris to think about here. Here's the 0-1. Curve in the dirt, rolls away from the catcher, but not far enough away for the runners to advance. One out, 2 on for the Spartans, who trail 5-0. Still early in this one, bottom of the second. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. Now some pitches for Horvat to work with here against Harris. Here's the 1-2. And that one slowly grounded towards short. Going to be a struggle to turn two, but they get one there and back to first in time double play. Turned well, 6-4-3 by the President's infield, and the Spartans threaten in the second, but nothing to show for it. We'll move into the third. It's 5-0, Washington and Jefferson. Scheider, Beistel, and Klein due up when we return. So 5-0 lead for Washington and Jefferson. Archer Stankowski begins what he hopes to be his first full inning of work here, and he'll face the 6, 7, and 8 hitters. For the President, starts off Logan Scheider with a strike on the inside corner, 0-1. Well, the Spartans got into trouble issuing too many free passes last inning. Try and see if they could settle things down here as Scheider pops that one up. Shallow center. Trout there. Makes the catch. And there's one gone. So with one out now, Dan Beistel will be the batter. The catcher was hit by a pitch.
Catcher number 12, Dan Beistel.
Back in last inning. That started the rally for W&J. Again, last inning, just 2 hits, but they drew 4 walks and a hit batter in the frame. Pitch misses for a ball, 1-0. Another fastball down and in, 2-0. It's a very talented, very well-coached W&J team. And they're just not going to give you a lot. So if you're not, it's a good curve there, sneaks it in for a strike, 2-1. If you're not executing your pitches like the Spartans didn't in the second inning of the game, you're going to struggle against this team. Down low, 3-1. That ball hit deep down the line in left, but well foul. That one might have found its way to Wade Park Drive. Either way, it brings the count full. 3-2 with 1 out and the base is empty. Beistel at the plate. Swings to the curve, lines it into shallow center, but playing well in and shifted towards right was Matt Trout. And they had him played perfectly as he makes an easy catch on what would have been an easy single if Trout was playing at normal depth in that situation. So, good positioning
Fielder number 9, John Klein.
by the Spartans there. So 2 gone now, and now John Klein, the batter, who walked and scored a run last inning, takes the first pitch up high for a ball, 1-0. Fastball for a strike, and it's 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2, and Stankowski can get through a clean sheet here in the third with one more strike. And on the outside corner with the fastball, strike three looking. So 1-2-3 third for Stankowski, and we'll move into the bottom half of the third. The Spartans trailing 5-0, 9-1-2 in the order due up. Demetris, Anderson, and Carinci when we return. Tim Demetris set to lead things off, the junior out of London, England. Starting third baseman for the Spartans awaits the first pitch, takes a breaking ball from Horvat for a strike, and it's 0-1. Horvat beginning his third inning of work here against Demetris. Demetris had his first career hit in the first game of the doubleheader. Drove in a run with a base hit. His third RBI of the season. Here's the 0-2 up high. Tim showing some signs of coming out of a little slump to start the year. Including a good cut at the second pitch of this at-bat. Swings and misses the breaking ball there, though, and that's strike three. Third strikeout of the game for Horvat, who's allowed 3 hits, but has kept the Spartans off the board. And now back to the top of the lineup.
Number 5, Jack Anderson.
Jack Anderson will be the batter. Anderson struck out swinging in his first at-bat. First pitch on the way to Anderson. And he swings, hits that in the air, deep towards left field, heading back towards the wall, looking up, and it's off the base of the wall. Anderson turns the corner at first. He'll trot into second with another extra base hit. Well, Jack Anderson just continues to absolutely punish opposing pitching. It's his 4th double of the season. He also has a triple and a home run on the year.
Into the batter's box, designated hitter number 31.
It's his 2nd double of the day after going 3 for 4 with a double in the first game of the doubleheader. And now Zach Carinci, who has one of the 4 Spartan hits, a double of his own back in the first, will hit here with a runner in scoring position and 1 out. And he lines that one center field, but should be playable. Klein back to get it. And he loses it in the sun. And trotting into second base is Carinci. Anderson moves up 90 feet to third. Yeah, so Klein just lost it. It goes as a double for Carinci to center field. Anderson pulls into third base, and it's now second and third with 1 away. Klein, it appears, might have lost it in the sun. You are staring right into the sun at center field this time of the day, and it's a rare sunny day in Cleveland in the middle of March. That one's a called strike. And so Carinci, with his second double of the game, now stands at second. Anderson at third. And that ball, another shot into left field, going back, reaching up, and just making the catch is Zoss. Tagging at third and coming into score is Anderson. Boy, Harms gave that one a ride to the opposite field. It's a sacrifice fly for Harms. Anderson scores the run, and the Spartans are on the board for the first time today. It's now a 5-1 game. So now big at bat here for Matt Trout, 0 for 1 with a strikeout looking. Runner in scoring position at second base is Zach Carinci with 2 outs. And the Spartans trailing by 4. Called strike to Trout, and it's an 0-1 count. Now here's the 0-1. And Trout went reaching for that one, just got a piece of it to foul it off, and it's 0-2. Well, again, if you're the Spartans, you can continue to chip away here, but you want to start taking advantage of these opportunities. We saw a chance last inning with runners at first and second and 1 out. The Spartans unable to capitalize. Now here they had second and third with 1 out, and while you certainly like getting 1 run, you want to try to get more than that if you can. That's down low for a ball. They'll check and see if he went around, but the umpire says no. And it's a 1-2 count. One and two away. Trout at the plate. Looking to get a big base hit here. And he swings and misses the pitch down and away for strike 3. And that ends the inning. But the Spartans get a run back on a sacrifice fly by Nick Harms. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and a man left on. We move into the 4th. 5-1 the score. W&J leading. It'll be Connor Helm, the 9-hitter, and then back to the top of the order with Horvat and LaDuca when we return. Welcome back. It's Case Western Reserve with a 5-1 deficit here. Archer Stankowski has retired the last 4 batters he's faced. And Connor Helm, starting off the 4th, the 9-hitter, walked and scored a run in his first at-bat of the game. Takes a strike there. Now the 0-1, fouls it off, 0-2. 5 runs, 2 hits for W&J. 1 run, 5 hits for Case Western Reserve. Game 2 of the doubleheader. The Spartans won the first game 9-1. That one cued down the third baseline foul. Count stays at 0-2. So W&J looking to return the favor a bit here in Game 2. A lot of baseball left to be played, but Spartans at least seem to have stalled the President's momentum for the time being. As that ball hit towards second, bobbled by Harris, and he's unable to recover.
That's an error.
So an error on Josiah Harris. First error of the game for either team.
The pitcher, number 4, Tyler Horvath.
And that's a tough one with the 9-hitter at the plate, and what should be the first out of the inning. Instead, a runner on now, and that'll bring up Tyler Horvath, who has been on base twice, walked in the first, and had a 2 RBI single and a run scored in the second. Squares to bunt there. Let's say he pulled it back, and the count goes to 1-0. Horvath now hitting at .292 on the year. Here's the 1-0. And that one roped into center field. Coming over is Trout, and he makes the catch. The runner was well off the bag. Throw to first in time, double play.
Let's go, top 10, baby.
And that is the first 2 outs of the inning on a tremendous catch by Matt Trout out there, doing his best Mike Trout impression.
Number 6, Jacob LaDuca. That Trout guy is going to be amazing.
That was what year?
First year. He's just freshman. He's our 4th.
So the double play turned by the Spartans. 2 outs, bases empty. As LaDuca pops that one up, foul territory down the first base side and out of play. 0-1 the count on LaDuca. LaDuca walked and scored a run in the second, struck out swinging in the first. Tremendous, tremendous play by Trout in center field. Coach Englander has said about Matt, he is just a tremendous athlete, and you saw that on full display there on a ball that probably, as LaDuca takes that for a called strike too, probably drops in for a base hit 9 times out of 10, 19 times out of 20, 99 times out of 100, something like that. Instead, it turns the tide of the inning as Stankowski gets the strikeout swinging. LaDuca down, and Stankowski faces the minimum here in the 4th thanks to some flashy defense in center field. For the Spartans, with a 5-1 lead, it'll be Smith, Tallarico, and Haley due up when we return. 5, 6, and 7 in the Spartans' order when we come back. First pitch misses for a ball to Jay Smith, who's 0 for 1 with a ground out to first. Horvath begins his 4th inning of work. It's a 5-1 game. Spartans looking to get back in this. Pitch broke a little bit before the plate, and the count goes to 2-0 on Smith. Smith hitting at .269 this season. Looks like he was taking all the way there and takes a called strike, 2-1. Spartans are trying to get something going here offensively. They've certainly had some chances today. And the game's still within reach. We're in the fourth inning. It's 5-1. Plenty of time left in this one as the count goes to 3-1. But you're facing a really tough pitcher in Horvat. The Spartans have done a good job against Horvat today getting on base. Again, 5 hits for Case Western Reserve, but don't have the runs to show for it yet. That ball popped up, shallow left. Shortstop LaDuca giving chase and is able to make the catch for the out. So one gone, and now Nick Tallarico, who singled in his first at bat and is now hitting at 192 on the year, will come to the plate. See if Tallarico could get on track here. Cues that one towards first. Easy play down there for the first baseman Lehner, who takes it to the bag himself for the out. And 2 quickly retired here in the fourth for W&J.
Heading into the batter's box, the shortstop, number 19, Trey Haley.
So now Trey Haley will be the batter. Haley singled in his first at bat of the game, 1 for 1. Hitting at 400 now on the season. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-1. Said it earlier, but, you know, the Spartans have Jack Anderson and Trey Haley red hot. They need to get some of the guys in between those two to start hitting it a little bit more consistently at this time of the year. But again, all normal for this time of the year. And don't forget, the Spartans have faced some really, really good teams and really, really good pitching in the early going of the season. 1-1 the count. Here's the pitch to Haley. Up high, 2-1. Now the 2-1 on the way. That ball hits softly towards second base. Over to get it is Helm. And he puts it away for the out. So 1-2-3 inning for the Spartans in the fourth. To the fifth we go. 5-1. W&J with the lead. Heart of the President's Order coming up. Santee, Zoss, and Lehner when we return. It's been another strong showing so far for Archer Stankowski, making his second collegiate appearance. Struck out 3, walked 1, yet to allow a hit. First pitch misses inside for a ball, and it's 1-0. Spartans were in need of someone to eat up some innings here and keep the team in the game, and so far Stankowski has done just that. It's 1-1 now. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fastball catches the outside corner, 1-2. Again, this is the time of the year. If you're the Spartans, you can test some of your young pitchers against some pretty good competition and see who sticks. Good curveball there, fouled off. It's 1-2 still on Santee. Santee had the key hit in this game so far, a bases clearing double that scored 3 and put W&J up 5-1 or 5-0 at the time. It's now 5-1. That was actually the last hit that W&J has had in this game as Santee sends a towering fly ball into shallow left field. Smith is in underneath it and makes the catch for the out, one gone. It's now 8 straight retired by Stankowski.
Now batting the left fielder, number 7, Scout Zoss.
Sankaldoshi started the game, allowed 4 runs on 1 hit and 3 walks, also hit a batter. Struck out 3 batters in an inning and 2/3. Jackson Brewer did not record an out. Gave up a run on a hit and a walk. Since then, it's been Stankowski, who has now gone 2 2/3 with 3 strikeouts, 1 walk, no runs, no hits allowed so far. He's ahead of the count here, 0-1 on Zoss, and throws a changeup for a strike, and it's 0-2. I mentioned Archer's older brother Keaton recently graduated as the fastball misses outside, 1-2. Graduated last year, so passed the baton from one Stankowski to another. Archer making an immediate impact on this team. Breaking ball, swung on, foul back, 1-2 still. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball just below the knees, 2-2. Just off the outside corner that time. Full count, 3-2. Three-two pitch. And on the outside corner with the curveball for a strike 3 called looking. Too good to look at there if you're Zoss on a 2-strike pitch. 4th strikeout of the game for Stankowski. 7th strikeout for Spartan pitching. Spartans have now struck out 16 batters through 13 2/3 innings of the doubleheader so far as Joe Lehner fouls back the first pitch, 0-1. Outside, 1-1. Two and one. Stankowski needs to be a little bit careful as he's going to that breaking ball in that outside corner a lot. Just want to make sure that you don't start getting the W&J hitters locking in on that, and he tried to do just that and misses inside with the fastball. Don't take my advice, Archer. Keep working with that outside pitch instead. No, but point being is that if you keep throwing that outside pitch to the left-handed hitters, they're going to eventually expect that, and if they're smart and capable, they start poking it the other way as opposed to trying to pull it. And, instead, again, it was a good job by Archer doing just that. He tried to come inside with the fastball to set up that outside pitch again, but just missed with it. So Joe Lehner, who had struck out in his previous 2 at-bats, including one of those strikeouts against Stankowski, hit by a pitch there to reach base for the first time today, and now Logan Scheider will be the batter. 0 for 2 in the game with a strikeout, swinging and a fly out to center field. Fastball's down low, 1-0. Scheider hitting at .333 on the season. Pickoff attempt at first, not in time. In the dirt. 2-0. .52 pitches now, relief for Stankowski, who has settled things in a bit for the Spartans, giving them a chance in this game. 2-1 now, the call. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Taken down low, 3-1. Here's the 3-1. Off the plate, ball 4. So a walk and a hit batter. There's 2 on now with 2 away. And that will bring up the catcher, Dan Beistel.
Stepping up to bat, number 12, the catcher, Dan Beistel.
Beistel looking for his first hit of the season, entered the game 0 for 6. He was hit by a pitch and scored a run in the second, flew out to center field in the third. So now 0 for 7 on the year. Takes the called strike, and it's 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Fastball, line drive, left field, and that will get down for extra bases. 1 run will score easily. They'll wave the second runner around, and he will score as well. Throws cut off by Haley. It's a 2-out, 2 RBI double by Beistel, his first hit of the season, and it helps W&J extend its lead to 7-1.
Now batting number 9, the center fielder, John Klein.
Now John Klein will be the batter. Klein walked and struck out looking so far today. Beistel the runner at second. 0-1 the count on Klein. Action in the Spartans bullpen again as the breaking ball called strike. 0-2. Looks like Ryan Castrillon is up in the bullpen warming. Yet to pitch this season for the Spartans. He may get a shot here. It's the 0-2. Misses in, 1-2. Here's the 1-2 offering. Breaking ball on the outside corner, called strike 3. But after 2 quick outs, a hit batter and a walk, the free pass is hurting the Spartans again, followed by a 2 RBI double. And the Presidents extend their lead to 6. 7-1 the score as we move into the bottom half of the 5th. Harris, Demetrius, and Anderson, 8-9-1 in the order for the Spartans when we return. Well, it's been W&J taking advantage of opportunities in this game. Again, the Spartans have held the Presidents to just 3 hits. However, They have issued 6 walks and hit 2 batters in the game. And W&J has taken full advantage of the free passes, scoring 7 runs on those 3 hits. The Spartans have out-hit Washington and Jefferson 5-3, but only have 1 run to show for the 5 hits. That pitch misses for a ball to Josiah Harris, who grounded into 6-4-3 double play to end the second and is only a bat of the game so far. Pops this one up in the infield. Coming in to get is the first baseman, and making the catch for the out is Lehner. And there's 1 gone.
Those were the scariest things to me when it was just sky high.
Horvat all of a sudden has set down 6 straight batters after giving up back-to-back doubles in the 3rd. And it looks like the Spartans will send up a pinch hitter here. This will be R.J. Christie. First at bat of the season for R.J. the senior.
Number 11, R.J. Christie.
We'll see what R.J. could do here. R.J. a senior out of Langhorne, Pennsylvania. And he takes a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Horvat now 57 pitches into his outing. 37 have been strikes. Looking very sharp today, the All-American. That one misses up high to RJ, 1-1. And the breaking ball outside, 2-1. RJ, another player who, when he first began his Spartan career in that shortened 2020 season, got off to a quick start. There's a swing and a miss there. Big cut from RJ, 2-2. But just has never really refound his footing. Just hasn't had that success that he had early on during his time as a Spartan. 2-2 on the way. In the air, towards the gap, in left center field, coming over and on the run, making the catch, is the center fielder, John Klein, to put that one away for the out. So 2 gone as Christie gave that one a nice ride to the opposite field. But he'll have to trot back to the bench. And now back to the top of the orders. Jack Anderson will be the batter. Anderson 1 for 2. He scored the only run of the game for the Spartans after doubling in the 3rd and coming across on a sac fly by Nick Harms. First pitch. And off of the fist, fouled off by Anderson. It's 0-1. Jack's average up to .448 for the season. He has been tremendous this year. Now the 0-1. Sent fouling out of play, 0-2. The strikeout earlier in the game by Anderson was just his 3rd strikeout of the season. So he's been tough to strike out so far. But again, good pitcher on the mound here in Horvat. His 0-2. Foul back. And the count stays at 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch. In the dirt. Good job by Anderson to hold up 1-2. One-two pitch. 2-2. Two on the way. That ball into the air, deep center field, but Klein's going to have this one lined up. Underneath it, makes the catch, and the inning is over. So that's now 8 straight retired by Horvat, and we'll move on to the 6th with the Presidents leading 7-1 over the Spartans. Helm, Horvat, and LaDuca due up when we come back. Defensive changes for the Spartans here as we get set to begin the 6th inning. Owen Levinson will step in at third base after Tim Demetrius was pinch hit for in the top half of the inning. Bottom half, I should say, of the 5th. And a new pitcher on the mound for the Spartans. Making his collegiate debut is Ryan Castrillon, the first year out of Seaford, New York. General Douglas MacArthur High School. 5'11", 185 pounds, right-handed pitcher, and we'll get our first look at him. Castrillon finishing up his warm-ups now. So Castrillon ready to go. He'll face the 9-1 and 2 hitters for the Presidents. Helm, Horvat, and LaDuca due up. Helm has been on base twice, reached on a walk and scored a run in the 2nd, and reached on an error in the 4th. And first pitch foul back there. It's a 0-1 count on Helm, who's hitting a .286 on the season. Breaking ball hits Helm. Coach Englander, I think, arguing that he didn't make much of an effort to get out of the way there. I believe making that argument from the dugout, but to no avail. And so a runner on, nobody out. Back to the top of the order, Tyler Horvat will be the batter. Horvat 1 for 2 in the game, walked in the first, had a 2 RBI single in the 2nd, and then was robbed of a base hit his last time up. This one bunted down in front of the pitcher. Castrillon has it, throws to first, but not in time. And Horvat with the bunt single. Helm moves up to 2nd base on the play. And now there's 2 on, nobody out for Jacob LaDuca, who is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts and a walk. LaDuca now hitting at .296 on the season. Horvat at first, Helm at 2nd. Nobody out, and Castrillon in some early trouble here. LaDuca squares to bunt, and bunts it foul, 0-1. Now the 0-1. Fastball. Misses a little up high, and it's 1-1. Up and in, 2-1. Down low, 3-1. Spartans trailing by 6. They gave up 5 runs in the 2nd, 2 in the 5th. We're in the 6th now.
I think it's just the sun, like, hitting it.
And 3-1. Called strike. Full count, 3-2.
The sunnier it is, the more faded it's going to look.
Here's the 3-2 offering. Runner goes. The pitch swung on, grounded down the third base side, foul. Owen Levinson getting his first call to action there since checking into the games to start the inning. Full count, 3-2, 2 on, nobody out. Runners were going on the last pitch. Let's see if they take off again. They do, and the pitch fouled off again.
It bounced back close. It hit the wall. It hit the building. It bounced this way.
Elsewhere in CWRU athletics today, the CWRU women's tennis team suffered a 5-4 loss to Carnegie Mellon. The Tardans ranked 5th. The Spartans ranked, the Tardans ranked 11th. The Spartans are ranked 12th. As that one ground ball hit to second to short, with the runners going, only play is to first, and in time to get the out. As Haley gets the force out, both runners move up, so LaDuca puts 2 in scoring position, a chance for Santee to really create some distance between the Presidents and the Spartans here. In the 6th, if he could get a base hit. 1 out, 2 in scoring position, and Santee, who is 1 for 3 in the game with a 3 RBI double, hits that one towards third. Levinson has it. The throw comes home. The tag is applied, and the play is made for the out. So Santee grounds into the fielder's choice. Helm out on the play, 5-2 on the putout. And that keeps the score at 7-1. 2 outs in the inning now, and a chance for Castrolon to escape without any damage. But one more big out remaining, and that's Scout Zas, who's a .240 hitter on the year. 0 for 2 today with a walk, a strikeout, and a flyout. And he takes the first pitch breaking ball in the outside corner from Castrolon for a strike. In softball action, the Case Western Reserve softball team, ranked 11th in the country, defeated the top-ranked Christopher Newport squad, 3-2 the final. As that one grounded to third, Levinson fields a tough hop and throws to first. It's offline, but the tag is applied for the out, and the inning is over. So good job to stay with it by Tallarico. A nice play on a tough hop by Levinson. And the inning is over without any damage. No runs, a hit, no errors, and 2 left on. It'll be the 6th inning coming up. Carinci, Harms, and Trout. 2, 3, and 4 in the order. The Spartans need to start scoring if they want to get back into this one. They trail 7-1 when we come back. Well, for a moment, it looked like we were going to get a pitching change as Ben Pierce, the lefty, came trotting in from the bullpen. But when he got to the infield, he got sent back out to the bullpen as Tyler Horvat coming out for another inning of work here. He's at 67 pitches to start the 6th inning. But, you know, as we said, he played the full 9 innings in center field in Game 1. He's been hitting here as well, spent a lot of time on the base paths in Game 2, and he's 67 pitches deep. It's early in the season. It's a little cold outside. And so there's a lot of reasons why you would expect Horvat's workload and his pitch count to be lower than typical for this time of the season, or for any time of the season. As the first pitch on the way, Breaking ball for a called strike, 0-1. So Horvat will get at least one more inning, although it certainly wouldn't shock me if this is it for him, especially with a big lead. Fouled off, and it's 0-2 now on Carinci. Carinci with a pair of doubles today. The last double was, a little bit of an unconventional one. He hit a fly ball to center field that was misjudged by the center fielder. Ended up going over his head. So that pitch misses for ball one, 1-2. But that being said, Carinci has swung the bat well against Horvat here today. 2-2 the count. Carinci, Harms, and Trout, 2, 3, and 4 in the Spartans' order. Carinci fouls that one back, 2-2. Was talking with Zach before the game. He's hoping to get back out at third base. Potentially down in South Carolina as that one misses outside for a ball, 3-2. Hits that in the air towards right field, but they had him shaded that way, and glancing over towards the line to make the catch is the right fielder Santi, for the out. And there's one gone. They had Carinci played well there.
Fielder number 26, Nick Harms.
So I'll bring up Nick Harms. Pitch on the way. And he grounds that one to second, smothered by the shortstop who's playing on that side of the bag. And who throws on to first to retire Harms for the second out. Horvat now just locked in. He's retired 10 in a row since those back-to-back doubles from Anderson and Carinci in the third. Trying to make it 11 in a row as Matt Trout will be the batter. He's struck out twice, looking in the first, swinging in the third, hitting at .219 on the season now. Pitch taken down low for a ball, 1-0. Ground ball, left side, fielded by the third baseman. Throw on to first and holding the bag for the out. At first base is Lehner, and that will end the inning. So the Spartans retired in order in the sixth. Another strong inning by Horvat, and we'll move to the seventh. Lehner, Scheider, and Beistel due up in the seventh for W&J. 7-1, Presidents leading when we come back. Well, we head into the final third of the ball game, and it's been all W&J so far. 7-1 lead for the Presidents. 7 runs on just 4 hits for Washington and Jefferson. They scored 5 in the second, 2 in the fifth. Ryan Castrolon worked around trouble last inning. Starts off the 7th with a ball to Joe Lehner, and it's a 1-0 count. Lehner hitting at .222 on the year. Can't hold up on that. And it's strike 1, 1-1 the count. Lehner has struck out twice and been hit by a pitch. That one fouled off, 1-2. Ball there, and it's 2-2. Here's a 2-2 pitch. In the air, deep down the line in right field. If it's fair, it's gone. But it goes foul. Lehner almost had the home run there. Just jumped out a little bit in front of that one. Action in the Spartans' bullpen again. As that one rocketed towards right center field. Harms over, dives, and he can't make the catch. It hits the ground first, and it'll be a base hit by Lehner. Nice attempt there by Harms. I believe that's Adam Hamilton who's warming up in the bullpen for the Spartans. Called strike, and the count goes to 0-1 on Scheider. Scheider 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. Down and out for a ball. 1-1. Foul, and 1-2. One-two pitch. Grounded softly to second base. See if they can hurry in turn 2. To short for 1, back to first. Not in time. But a good job by Harris to get the lead runner. Scheider grounds into the fielder's choice. 4-6. Lehner out at second base on the putout. And there's one gone now for Dan Beistel, who had a big insurance hit in the 5th inning. With 2 outs and 2 on, Beistel doubled, scored 2, and made it a 7-1 lead, and might very well put the game out of reach. That pitch fouled off. Each team with 5 hits now. And Castrolon, it looked to me like he never came set on that one. Just stepped off the mound awkwardly. Goes to the ball. Good job by Anderson to stop it. It's a 1-1 count. Pitches inside for a ball. 2-1. Three and one. And he couldn't hold up. 3-2.
Did you ruin his day?
He came over looking for me. I was like, okay, cool. But I will.
Line drive left field. And it's down for extra bases by Beistel. That'll bring across a run as Scheider scores from first base. Second straight double for Beistel, and it makes it an 8-1 game.
Now batting number 9, the center fielder, John Klein.
It's wild how it can just turn bad.
Pitching.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, if you have a bad pitcher, that's great.
Send it.
Klein at the plate now, squares the bump, pulls it back, but takes a strike, 0-1.
Or even if your pitcher just has a bad inning.
Yeah, one bad inning is all it takes.
Outside for a ball, 1-1. That ball hit towards the gap and left, but easy play out there. Smith is over, puts it away, and that ends the inning. However, or pardon me, that's the second out of the inning, excuse me, as Beitzel stays at second.
Stepping up to bat, second baseman number 2, Connor Helm.
So bring up Connor Helm and first pitch swinging. Pops it up behind home plate, long look, and Anderson comes over to make the catch. And that does end the inning officially this time. W&J adds a run on 2 hits. We'll move to the bottom of the 7th. 8-1 the score. Smith, Tallarico, and Haley due up when we return. Jay Smith to lead things off in the 7th. The Spartans down 7, 8-1 the score. Smith looking for his first hit of the game. He's batting at .259 overall. Sends that down into foul territory and out of play. It's an 0-1 count. He's 0 for 2. A ground out and a pop out. Tyler Horvat remains on the mound. Smith pops that sky high up the elevator chute. Horvat coming in. Hey, he's a fielder too. Makes the catch, and there's one gone. Looks like we'll see a new hitter here for the Spartans, as Thomas Downs, the first year out of Falls Church, Virginia, will be the hitter for Nick Tallarico. Downs is another one of the first-year players that Coach Englander is excited about.
Your attention, please. Pinch hitting for the Spartans. Number 23, Thomas Downs.
Downs looking for his first hit of the season. And the breaking ball misses down low, 1-0. Horvat now up to 81 pitches. He's been efficient today. Looked good. He's pitched very well against the Spartans. That one on the inside corner for a strike, 1-1. Trey Haley waiting out on deck. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. And the breaking ball taken for a called strike 3. Well, Horvat has been brilliant since giving up those back-to-back doubles in the 3rd. It's now 13 straight sat down by Horvat. And Trey Haley, who is 1 for 2, he has one of the 5 Spartan hits today, make it 2 of the 6 Spartan hits as he singles up the middle. And Trey continues to hit. I wonder if Coach Englander is going to start maybe moving him up in the lineup. Maybe flip-flop him with Matt Trout. Take a little bit of pressure off Trout to produce in his freshman year. But Haley has been very, very good and continues that. So Josiah Harris now the batter. 0 for 2. Hits that one softly towards third. It's going to be a tough play. Field on the run in the dirt, but the throw scooped perfectly at first base by Lehner, and that will end the inning. So no runs on a hit, a man left on, and we'll move to the 8th. 8-1, still the score. Welcome back as the Spartans trailing 8-1. New pitcher on the mound will be Adam Hamilton. First year out of Ottawa Hills, Ohio. Ottawa Hills High School, 6'1", 180 pounds. I believe Hamilton's second appearance of the year. Indeed it is. He threw 2 2/3 innings, allowed just 2 hits, struck out 2, in a 6-1 loss to Chicago last Saturday. That was the second game of the doubleheader. And offers a first pitch ball to Tyler Horvat. And the count goes to 1-0. Up high now, 2-0. Down in again, 3-0. Well, again, each team with 6 hits, but the Spartans' pitching has not been at its most accurate today, and it's cost Case Western Reserve. Called strike there, and it's 3-1. Here's a 3-1 pitch. And the curveball in there for a called strike, 3-2. Nice pitch by Hamilton. A little bit of a backdoor slider, maybe. Good break to it. Horvat's having himself a day. He's been on base 3 times. That one, though, popped up to third. Levinson there. And that will be the first out of the inning.
Now batting the shortstop, number 6, Jacob LaDuca.
So 1 gone, and Jacob LaDuca will be the batter. LaDuca hitting at 286. Well, if you're the Spartans and you finish your first 8 games of the season, that's a called strike, 0-1. You can finish those first 8 games of the season with a 4-4 record. You head into Lexington against Cortland. Again, are going to be able to line up your top 4 starters. Hopefully Evan Faxon included in that group against Cortland. Maybe you get 3 out of 4 there. You certainly have a shot, although never easy against a good Cortland team. Down and out, 2-1. But you have to be, I don't know that you're, thrilled necessarily, but I think you have to be relatively happy with how you played in the early going of the season. But once again, you put yourself in the position, if you're the Spartans, as the fastball on the outside corner of LaDuca for a called strike, 2-2. You put yourself in a position where you have to play really good baseball in the second half of the year. Really, you could probably even say the, final 3 quarters of the season. Coach Englander spoke a lot about that in the preseason, talking about how the team needs to realize that games you play in March are important as well. When the committee, the national committee, is looking at your record at the end of the year. As the fastball fouled off, count stays to 3-2. They're looking at your record. They're not looking at when those wins came. That's not part of the criteria. And so if you go, 5-15 in the first half of the season, as that one's fouled back, and 15-5 in the second half, you're still a 500 team. And you're not going to make the tournament no matter how good you're playing in that second half of the season. At least as long as the UAA doesn't have an automatic berth, that's the case. But if you can at least play 500 ball through this first 10 games of the season, You go 5-5 through your first 10. That misses up high, ball 4. You're kind of able to just play even until the weather gets a little bit warmer, until some of your less experienced players get more time on the field, and that is a problem for any Northern team, but it seems to have been a problem for this Case Western Reserve team in particular in the last few seasons. The more you're able to get your feet underneath you, find your lineup, get the bats warm, as Evan Santee stands in and takes a called strike 0-1. If you could sort of tread water through those first 10 games, all of a sudden you head into your next 30 and say, okay, we're 5-5 through the first 10. We play 20-10 ball over the next 30. Or 22-8 ball over the next 30. All of a sudden you're talking about a team that has a really good tournament resume. That was the problem last year, is that the Spartans just went down on that southern trip and just could not get their feet underneath them. The team hoping to get some pieces back. Maybe be able to get Carinci at third base, get Carinci on the mound even. Pitch misses low, and it's 1-2. And then get a couple games to see, which bats emerge, which bats become the hot hitters in the lineup. Up and out again. I do think getting Carinci back at third base would be a boost for this lineup. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Hamilton gets the strikeout swinging. And, getting Carinci at third and then locking down that portion of the infield, all of a sudden,
Number 7, Scout Zoss.
You have some more players you could play around with. You have that DH spot that opens up for you. Again, I think they're waiting for that extra bat or two to emerge as the pickoff attempt. Aaron, and we'll move the runner up a bag. Second error of the game for the Spartans. And it moves LaDuca up to second base. Scout Zoss at the plate, a .231 hitter. And that's taken for a ball. 1-0 on Zoss. And he's hit by the pitch. So first and second now with 2 away, and Joe Lehner will be the batter.
Now batting number 18, the first baseman, Joe Lehner.
I missed that was too quick. I missed it. Yeah, I think it's still
And it looks like we have a pinch runner at first base.
I don't think you really need to announce pinch runners. That's fair.
It's going to be Tony Tamilia. And that ball rocketed by Lehner down the line, and that'll drop in for a base hit. LaDuca rounds the corner at third. He'll score. Going to third is Tamilia. Lehner with an RBI single. And it's now 9-1.
Now batting number 3, the third baseman, Logan Scheider.
So I'll bring up Logan Scheider, who takes a breaking ball down low, 1-0. Well, an identical score to what we had in game one. The Spartans winning 9-1 in that one. Now W&J up 9-1 here in game two. On the inside corner for a strike, 1-1. No action in the bullpen for the Spartans. This will be Hamilton's inning at the very least. And out away from getting through it, but has runners on the corners with 2 away. That one gets away, and the wild pitch allows another run to score. Each runner moves up. Tamilia comes in to score from third. And so now runner at second. It's now 10-1. And that one's in the dirt. 3-1 now the count.
With no home runs. No. It just gets worse. It just gets worse. It's so funny. It's terrible.
3-1 pitch from Hamilton. And outside ball 4. You know, these are the kind of situations, if you're Hamilton, obviously you're in a game late. Team's down big, but you want to put your best foot forward in these situations. Try to get some outs, show that you could be relied upon to get outs, whether it's in a 9-1 game or whether it's in a 4-3 game or whatever the score might be. So let's see if Adam can extricate himself from the situation here with 2 on, 2 out, and 2 runs in already. Dan By's still at the plate, and he has had himself a day. Hitting at .222 now. He's 2 for 3 with a pair of doubles and 3 runs batted in. Called strike on the outside corner, 1-1. Curveball popped up, foul territory, out of play, 1-2. One and two the count. Breaking ball in there, called strike 3. By's still down looking. Second strikeout of the inning for Hamilton, but 2 runs come across on a hit and an error. We'll move into the bottom of the 8th. The Spartans trailing 10-1. New pitcher on the mound for the Presidents will be Ben Pierce.
Number 2, Owen Levinson.
Pierce, a first-year left-handed pitcher out of Bel Air, Maryland, John Carroll High School. 5'10", 211 pounds. Owen Levinson getting his first at-bat of the season. And takes a called strike. It's 0-1. Left-handed pitcher. And that one fouled back. 0-2 on Levinson. And this is inside. Levinson moves out of the way, 1-2. Third appearance of the year for Pierce, who threw 2 innings against Baldwin Wallace. Did not allow an earned run, gave up 2 unearned runs. Also threw an inning against LaRoche. Count stays at 1-2. Line drive, center field, base hit. Owen Levinson with the single. And to see if Owen can get a rally started here for the Spartans, who will send up a pinch hitter. Jack Anderson's day will be done. And it looks like he'll be pinch hit for by Logan Andraco.
Your attention, please. Pinch hitting for the Spartans, number 7, Logan Andraco.
Draco, left-handed hitter, batting at .214 on the year. He's played a lot in the outfield so far this season. That's a called strike. If I had to take a guess, I would say that Andraco stays in the game in left and that Jay Smith moves from left field to catcher, with Anderson done for the day. The 0-1 on the way now. Down in the dirt, 1-1. Caden Moore has come out on deck, and it looks like he'll get his first at-bat as a Spartan. It's down and out for a ball, 2-1. Foul tip back, 2-2. And a swing and a miss, strike 3. So Andraco down swinging. And the Spartans will send up another pinch hitter here, and indeed it will be Moore.
Your attention, please.
Will make his Spartan debut. Moore, a sophomore. Played for McAllister as a first-year player last year. As he swings and misses that one. And showed some promise early on. Started 5 games, made 7 total appearances, hit .350, 5 runs, a double, a triple, 2 home runs, 7 RBIs. And then joined the Spartan team as an addition when they came back from winter break. We'll see. He's a guy who has potential, if he could get hot, to be an impact bat in this lineup. Spoke about this earlier, that you know, he's getting a chance here. And if you start to make enough of the most of some of your opportunities, there's certainly going to be playing time if you're hitting the ball well. Head in the count, 2-1 the pitch. Shot foul, 2-2. Kevin McKenzie has come out on deck. Looks like he'll hit for Nick Harms. Another one fought off by Moore. inside. Full count, 3-2.
How do players like playing for this one? I did
I like
mine
it.
for 5 hours.
I loved it.
Here's the 3-2 pitch.
When you're playing, it's different.
Lift in the air, center field should be playable for Klein, who makes the catch for the out.
We'll rephrase that. When it's a game like this.
And that is the second out of the inning. And again, we'll get another pinch hitter here. Looks like it will be Kevin McKenzie, the senior.
Please. Pinch hitting for the Spartans, number 10, Kevin McKenzie.
Track hitter.
And you're not doing everything all the time. Track just like baseball, you're not doing everything all the time.
10-1 the score. W&J leading here.
100%.
Pitch misses outside to McKenzie, who's batting at 200 on the year.
Taking it out 200.
From Needham, Massachusetts.
Here's the 1-0. Fought off and fouled back. 1-1.
He just took that ball.
The 1-1. Line drive, but right at the second baseman, and that will end the inning. So McKenzie hits one hard, but to the wrong spot, and the Spartans leave one stranded. To the ninth we go, 10-1. W&J with the lead, 10-1 the score. Well, a plethora of changes for the Spartans. Owen Levinson slides from third base to shortstop. Grant Price will make his Spartan debut at third base. Trey Haley out of the game. As John Klein at the plate. Sean Donahue now catching. Jay Smith out of the game. New pitcher on the mound is Andrew Allen, the junior out of Wexford, Pennsylvania, and he starts off John Klein with an 0-2 count. Mitchell Schultz has taken over for center field for Matt Trout. And then McKenzie stays in the game, is playing in right. Andreyko stays in the game, is playing in left. And a swing and a miss there, and it's a quick at bat there. A quick strikeout for Allen, one gone.
Now batting second baseman, number 2, Connor Helm.
And I think we're going to have a pinch hitter here. So number 1 will check in. That's Kyle Jones is a pinch hitter.
For the Presidents, number 1, Kyle Jones.
So Jones steps in to face Allen. Curveball misses up high, 1-0. Called strike, 1-1.
I know. I thought I saw two on the back of the jersey. I actually looked when they came up. I'm like, well, that's a one. No worries.
2-1. Just off that outside corner, 3-1. One out, ninth inning, 10-1 the score. W&J leading here in the second game of a doubleheader. And off the plate, ball 4. So Jones draws the walk. And let's see, we're getting another pinch hitter here. We are. So Horvat's day is done. And coming in his place will be Nolan Lutz, who we saw in the first game.
Your attention, please. Pinch hitting for the Presidents, number 15, Nolan Lutz.
Lutz hitting a 400 on the year. So both teams getting some guys in.
Nice.
One pops out of Donahue's glove, but stays close enough. 1-0 the count. Not sure if I mentioned Connor Stevenson in the game as well. He's playing second base, the junior out of Normal, Illinois. Good to see him back out on the field, too. He was someone who the Spartans used a lot as a pinch runner during his freshman year, but it's a called strike there, 1-1. Last year, missed the entire season to injury. Swing and a miss. 1-2 on Lutz. Shadows starting to creep in on the field. Misses for a ball, 2-2. That being said, the shadows are encompassing both the mound and the batter's box, so no real advantage for the pitcher at the moment. Lifted in the air, down the line and left. And Draco gives chase, but it lands well foul, 2-2 still. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Lutz down swinging, second strikeout for Allen.
Stepping up to bat, number 6, the shortstop, Jacob LaDuca.
I'll bring up Jacob LaDuca with 2 outs and a runner on. LaDuca, one of the original starters from the game, one of the few left standing at this point, hitting at 286 on the year. And takes that pitch down low for a ball. Ground ball hit toward short, should end the inning. Levin's in there, flips to second. Stevenson touches the bag, and the inning is over.
10 runs, here we come.
So the Spartans, with one last shot, 9 to tie, 10 to win it. As we enter the 9th, we'll be back in just a minute. Last chance for the Spartans. It looks like, I believe, Mitchell Schultz, followed by Sean Donahue, and then I believe Graham Price. Late game changes are always fun in games like this as Schultz takes the pitch down low for a ball 1-0. New pitcher on the mound for W&J is going to be number 13. That's Dante DiMatteo, who falls behind 2-0. A sophomore out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Fox Chapel High School. Same high school as Jonathan Simon for the Spartans. Swing and a miss there, and it's 2-1 on Schultz, who is making his season debut for the Spartans, the sophomore. Came into the game last inning in center field. That one's fouled off, and it's 2-2. Nate Hess staying in the game, or coming into the game to play second base, and Knox Meyer has come in to play right field. Swing and a miss, and strike 3. So Schultz down swinging, the Spartans down to their final 2 outs.
Stepping up to bat, the catcher, number 22, Sean Donahue.
So I'll bring up Sean Donahue now. Donahue got an at-bat in the last game. Struck out swinging and takes a big hack at that one, and it's 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Down low, 2-1. Again, the Spartans back in action next week on the road down in Lexington, South Carolina. 4 games against SUNY Cortland. Pitch misses, ball 3, 3-1. Doubleheader on Sunday, and then single games on Monday and Tuesday before the team heads back up north. They'll be back here a week from this coming Friday against Adrian College. 3-2 count on Donahue. We will have video coverage of those games down in South Carolina, so you will be able to tune in and watch those. Ground ball to third, throw is in time to retire Donahue. And there's 2 gone, and now it'll be up to Thomas Downs.
Number 23, the first baseman, Thomas Downs. 10 runs and 1 out. Let's go.
We can do it, guys.
Downs at the plate, first pitch on the way. And a swing and a miss, strike 1. And ball 1, 1-1 the count. Spartans down to their final out. This is up high, 2-1. Connor Stevenson is out on deck. So I believe actually Stevenson came in Haley's spot in the lineup, and then Price came in Harris's spot in the lineup. As the count goes to 2-2.
I missed it. Yeah, I think so. Are you seeing things, Gabe?
And it's popped up.
No, you can't see it. You can't see it. You can't see it.
Can anyone get to it? Yep, in center field it's Klein, and that ends the game. So
I'd leave it on first. Leave the scoreboard on first.
the Spartans split a doubleheader with Washington and Jefferson.
Let's just switch it back.
Washington and Jefferson improves to 5-2 on the year. The Spartans now 4-4.
The Spartans will return
Winning pitcher was Tyler Horvat.
17th at 4 p.m. to face Adrian. We hope to see you then.
Horvat now 2-1 on the season. No save in the game. The loss goes to Sankalp Doshi, who will fall to 0-1 on the year. Game lasted 2 hours and 32 minutes, and attendance 136 for today's game. Want to thank everyone once again for joining us. A reminder, we'll have coverage of the games next weekend in Lexington for you, so make sure to tune in for that. Have a great evening, everybody, and we will see you in South Carolina in a week from today. Take care. Final scores once again, 9-1 Spartans game 1, 10-1 Presidents game 2. Have a great day, everybody.